welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys have been well. I hope you guys have been okay. How's you guys Christmas? Because this video is filmed on the 26th, so happy Boxing Day, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year in advance. So I hope you guys' holiday has been so well so far. Mine has been okay, mine has been good. A few videos may come out before this. If not, it's going to come out. So I just wanted to know that this video, if it comes out first before other videos, then just know that this video was filmed earlier than the other videos that would come after this. I think 2 or 3 before then I start New Year. If not, I'll try my best to post the 2 videos that I had that I filmed earlier on in the month before this. But I really want to post this one because this one is about like things, as you have seen from the thumbnail and from the title, it is things to do that you can do before the end of 2025. Now, so like I wrote down a list of things here. It's in no particular order, and I didn't put it in any categories either. I just wrote according to what I remember and what I did and what I plan to do, as well as other things that I feel like you should do as well. So first of all, my year, I want to talk about my year first. So my year has been, my 25 has been, it was a blur for me. I don't know if any other person can say the same. A lot happened, right? I remember so much, but so little at the same time. And it's been a lot. It's been a whole lot going on, and well, let's just say that all the things that I said I was going to accomplish this year, I didn't really like do it. Not because I didn't want to do it, but because I found out that I didn't really like put steps in place to accomplish those things. So one thing that I want to carry over to next year is that I want to probably plan next year, and I've done that already. To my right, I have like this wall filled with schedules and different things that I want to achieve in this next year and ways I want to achieve them. So I've already like put out a plan of action for myself. Not only plan of action, but like somewhere where I'm always like in front. So it's in front of me, like in front of my desk, the wall at the back of my desk. So I'm always seeing it. I'm always reminding myself of my goals and things I have to do in order to accomplish them. So yeah, that's just a little bit about my year and what I plan on doing next year, and I think I will let you guys listen more as we proceed in this video. Okay, so the first thing that I think that you should do, mind you, this list is just a guide. You don't have to do everything, and it's not everything that you do that will guarantee your next year to be a successful year. The rates or the chances at which your next year is going to be successful is in your hands, and it's only you that can make it successful if you want it to be successful, and if you put the things in place required for it to be successful. So anyways, the first thing that I feel like you should do is to do a physical space reset. Now, I don't know whether you guys noticed, but like I changed the rearrangement. I rearranged my room. I changed the arrangement of my room. So my bed is here where my wardrobe used to be, and my shelf is there where other miscellaneous stuff in my room used to be. And then the miscellaneous stuff of my room is now at the back of the door and beside the wardrobe. The wardrobe is now where my bed head used to be, and then I just have this L-shaped space here, and like it makes the room like feel less clustered, because I realized that the former arrangement of my room made me feel choked up. Like the room is small, and then I felt like that arrangement was not it, and I feel like this is the proper way the room should be arranged according to like the size, and this way I don't feel choked or clustered. Like then it just felt like so much was going on, but now I still have the same number of furniture in the room, and I found a way to hide some things, and it's giving space to breathe. So if you know having problem with your space, I feel like you should just rearrange it. Use some architectural tricks in order to make the room look bigger when it's not actually like bigger. You can buy some new stuff, you can redecorate, whatever it is. Just like you can rearrange, or like you can clean out your wardrobe, clothes that you know you're not going to wear in another 2 years, give them out. Just do some rearrangements in your room, your wardrobe, your clothes, and whatsoever. Just you know, let go of that one thing that you have been holding for so long. Me, I hold things a lot. Like I don't throw away something. I tell myself that okay, I'm going to use it eventually. And the time I'm supposed to use it, I forget where I kept the thing. So I look for an alternative, and then maybe many months after I find out, then I be like, oh, I don't need this anymore, and then boom, I throw it away. So it has been occupying space, and one of the things that I hold a lot is paper. Like I hold a lot of paper. Like you can find pieces of paper in between my textbooks, my notes, random places around the room and stuff like that. So just let go of stuff. Do a full blown out room mark makeover, if that's what you want to call it. But just like let your room breathe. Second thing that I would want you guys to do is a digital space reset. Whether that's your phone or your laptop or your tablet or whatever device that you have, you can get rid of stuff that you don't need anymore in order to make room for the new year. You can decide to change your wallpaper, you can decide to go with something new. Maybe if you created a vision board for 2026, you can replace your wallpaper with that, and like just do some digital reset. Two is to do a maintenance reset, like maintenance as for like yourself, self-care. So like you can decide to get your nails done for the year, like for next year, your hair done, your brows done. You can decide to get a facial, whatever it is. You can do a full blown out self-care if you can afford it. And if you can't afford an expensive one, then do just a very minimal one. You don't have to spend so much to make your like you don't have to spend so much to feel pampered. You guys get, so whatever you can afford, whatever is your budget, just find your way around it and give yourself a treat. Fourth thing is to reflect on your current year. Now in this case it's to reflect on 2025. Now how reflecting helps you is that, like I said, for me, I reflected in my journal. I did like a full, like I wrote a lot of things. I wrote my mind, I wrote how I felt, regardless of whether it was good or bad. I just wrote everything down. And I realized that I went through a lot this year, and I realized that I kept on repeating my mistakes year after year. Like, I know this is what I did, and I know that this is the mistake, but like, I do not actually make any efforts to put things in place in order to make sure that I avoid this same mistake. And then before you know it, I end up making that same mistake all over again year after year. So this 2026, I know that it's going to be different by God's grace, because I have put a lot of things in place to make sure. Like I wrote down my mistakes that I made in the year, and then I wrote down ways in order to avoid these mistakes. So another thing I would say is that you should create a system that works for you. But we'll get to that. Number 5 is to write down your goals for next year. So as you're reflecting, you also want to write down things that you achieved, things you didn't achieve, things that you want to do next year, things that you want to do better, your goals for next year. And at the same time, you want to reflect on the goals that you wrote this year. Like I said before, from my perspective, I didn't really accomplish much from the goals that I like I didn't really accomplish much. Like the goals that I wrote down from this year, I didn't really accomplish much. So I just, I just packed everything right, and then put it into like 2026. But instead of just doing copying and paste, I improved the way I wrote the goals. I made it more specific. I Instead of vaguely just writing stuff, I made it more specific, and then I wrote down my plan of action. Like now, one of the goals that I want to like achieve next year is to reduce the amount of time that I spend on negative thoughts. I don't know whether it has to do with being an introvert, but like I think a lot, both positively and negatively. Like I can literally bring out the worst scenario out of things, and like it's something that I don't entirely want to stop, but then I want to reduce it because like it's affecting my mental health. So I decided to do a research on things that will help me to deal with my negative thoughts, and I also stick them on the wall. So I'm just going to read a few for you guys. So number one is to sleep. I realize that I sleep through most of my problems, because if I sleep in a bad mood, like if I sleep and I'm in a bad mood, by the time I wake up I'm no longer in that bad mood, and I literally forget. Like that whole negative thought thing is like it's in the moment. If I write something down, I can write the most darkest thing. 3 days later, if you ask me to explain that thing, I would have no idea to explain, because I'm no longer in that mood. I can't tell you what was going through my mind at that point in time, because I was in the mood. It was the vibe. It was in the moment. Do you get? So sleep, number one. Ask myself why I'm having this thought. 2, 3 is to like ask yourself that, okay, if I'm having like a certain like thought about myself, I would ask myself that, okay, is this what I would tell a friend? So whatever I will tell my friends, what I will tell myself, you get. If you know, you know. If you understand, you understand. I can't explain more than that. And the last thing, well, not the last thing, but like I feel like the most important thing is to swap the should to next time I will. For example, now if I make a statement like I should have done this, I'll swap it with like, okay, next time I will do this. You get, to like reduce the like negative tension, and also to write it down. I have this journal, like it's over there. I don't know whether you guys can see it, but like there's a stack of books beside this like box to the end of the wall. So like I have a journal there, right, for my like thoughts. Like I just write it down, and maybe later on in life I'll read it and realize, oh my god, this girl was going through a whole lot. But we move on. The next thing, right, is to let go of any bad or negative things that happened to you in the current year. In this case, 2025. You need to let go of your worries that you had this year, the struggles, the quarrels, the argument, the bad vibe, the bad energy, everything that you had bad and negative in this year or in the current year. You need to let go of everything. You don't want to carry any leftover stuff to the new year, because like it's a new beginning. You don't want to start with your heart heavy. Do you get? So you need to like, take it slow and let go of things that give you bad memories or bad vibes. And at the same time, you need to cut off anything that gives you bad energy. Like if you have a friend that's giving you bad vibes, as much as possible, just do what you need to do this year, so that next year you don't carry any leftovers. You don't start the year being frustrated. Do you get? So like, if there's any quarrel you've had with anybody, any argument that you've had with anybody, this is the time to like call that person out and be like, bro, what's up, what's going on? If the response the person is giving you is not something that you want to continue with, then cut them off. You cannot be risking your mental health because of another person. You got to love people the way you love yourself. You cannot love anybody more than yourself. So you just have to like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know where that accent came from. I'm sorry. Next one is to plan your 2026. For me, I am done planning. I've reflected. I've told you guys a lot. I've reflected. I've done a lot of stuff. So my 2026 is I didn't make a phrase, but like in my planner I wrote 2026 my year of growth and consistency. So that's my little phrase for me. You can also come up with your own phrase depending on how you want your 2026 to be. You can define your 2026 word. It can be something that you want, like something you've been wanting to do. You just want to, like, use your whole year to focus on that thing. It could be peace, it could be healing, it could be positivity, it could be three of them combined. It doesn't have to be one thing. It could be love, it could be just define your 2026 word. What do you want your 2026 to be about? My 2026, I want it to be about growth and consistency, because I realized that most of the routines that I have written down for myself could have actually worked if I just put in a little bit more effort. And some of the routines that I wrote, I copied it down from Pinterest. So this next year, I know that it's going to be different, because this one I sat down and created um routines and schedules based on me, plans for me, not other plans that people already made for themselves. So I made my schedules based on my energy levels, how my sleep goes, how my life goes, not just something that another person created. Do you get? So that's why when it comes to making routines, when it comes to making schedules, a lot of my friends used to come and meet me and be like, "Oh, can you create a schedule for me?" Blah, blah, blah. I'll be like, "No, I can't create that schedule for you, because it's about you. You know yourself. You know, like, you know, you are the only one that can answer those questions. Because in order to create a good routine, you need to like create a routine around like the way your body works, not to work against your body. I mean, if I get tired, right? If I cannot work in the morning, like if I cannot get up to read in the morning, and then I create a schedule of a morning, a early bird, do you think that schedule is going to work? No, because it's something that my body is not used to. It's something that my body doesn't like to do. If I read better in the night, then I'm going to create a schedule for a night owl, not an early bird. But if I say, okay, I want to transition from being a night owl to an early bird, it's not gonna work like that. Your body is not going to automatically adjust to that. And sometimes it may work, sometimes you may end up struggling, wasting another year. So you have to create like schedules based on how your body works, not against your body. You need to work for your body, not against your body. Do you understand? Exactly. So next thing on the list is to decide what versions of you no longer allow in 2026. Now, a version of you that you don't want in 2026. This is like goes hand in hand with the mistakes that you make. It doesn't have to be just academic mistakes. It can be um personality mistakes. It can be anything that you don't want, that is like giving you a bad feedback. You can choose to work on it and be like, you know what, I don't want to take this attitude into 2026. And most importantly, you need to write out ways in which you need to stop these habits or this version of you that you don't want to take in 2026. For me now, the version of me that I do not want to take in 2026 is one that is very pessimistic, because I can be very pessimistic. Like you know, um, like I can be very pessimistic. I can be like I don't know. I can be a pessimist. A very very big one, and like it's something that I don't want to take to 2026, because sometimes I just like don't try stuff because I already believe that it's going to have like a bad ending. So I don't end up trying it, and then it robs me of that opportunity. So being a pessimist, I don't want to be too much of a pessimist, but I don't want to be too much of an optimist, because being too optimistic may lead to a lot of like disappointments, but I don't want to be like completely drowning in negative vibes and bad thoughts as a pessimist. If you guys get what I'm trying to say, I want to be on the fence, I want to be in the middle. Okay? So I don't want to be a complete pessimist. Pessimist. Am I pronouncing this word right? Well, you should understand what I'm trying to say. You get, okay? You know, this kind of words in English. Next one is create routines that work for you. I think I've already explained that already, but I'll just like talk a little bit about it. Like I said before, you need to work for your body, not against your body, right? So I'm just going to like re-explain this using myself again. So on Mondays, right, I don't have lessons in school. I close by 2:30. From Tuesdays to Fridays, I have lesson. Lesson finishes at 4, right? And school officially closes by 4. But that doesn't mean I will get home by 4, obviously. So what I did is that I gave myself time. Now, it is unrealistic for you to close school at 2:30 and then you start your routine 2:30 to 3:30 refresh. Like, it's not possible. You closed at 2:30, you didn't get home at 2:30. So I gave myself 1 hour each to at like I give myself 1 hour that no matter how like bad traffic is, or no matter how bad anything is, my mom would have probably picked me up before 5, so I should get home latest 5 o'clock. So that's why I started like on Tuesdays to Fridays. Then on Mondays latest I should get home 3:30. So that's where I started my schedule from 3:30 and 5 o'clock downwards. Now, you'll be at an advantage if you get home earlier than 3:30. You get to do things maybe slower, or do things faster and start other things faster and then go to bed earlier. Or you can decide to drag and then go according to schedule and then you still be right on time. Regardless, you good get. So I also told myself that I was going to like fix my sleep schedule, because I realized that my sleep schedule was very irregular, and this could like be part of the reasons why I was always tired in class. So I told myself that okay, if I had a fixed sleep schedule and a routine that protects my sleep and protects my academics, then I'll be fine, right? So exactly, so that's what I did. I created a routine that was good, that was going to protect my sleep. I'm going to protect my morning routine. I'm going to protect my academics without one interfering with the other. With the help of AI, by the way, I told AI what I wanted and it brought out something very, very workable, and then I worked on it and I gave myself, okay, a tap on the back and I was like, okay, this is looking good. I created a schedule that was realistic, gave myself break time, and it was very, realistic and all. So I've already created a schedule that works for me. The last thing here, okay, second to the last thing, let me rush a little because this video is getting like a little bit too long. So now the next thing is that you forgive yourself. This coupled up with the fact of letting go any arguments that you had, anything that you shouldn't have done, just forgive yourself. What is done is done. You cannot like go into the new year with a heavy heart. So you just need to forgive yourself and like tell yourself that okay, I'm going to do better. And like I will always say, write down ways in which you are going to do better. Okay, you need to have a plan of action, because if you don't have a plan of action, you will just be like, okay, become a better person, but how? And you'll be stuck. Next thing is to step into your 2026 knowing that you grew, whether or not it looked like it. Now, like I said, I didn't accomplish much on my goals list for this year, Am I beating myself up? Maybe, but it's something I shouldn't do because I grew, whether I liked it or not. This is not how I looked at the beginning of the year, okay? I looked less mature, and whether I liked it or not, in the period of 1 year, I have matured like a little bit, even if it's just this. I mean, if you're comparing me now to me when I just started in 2022 or 2023, a lot has changed. Like, I think I will do a reaction video to my 2020, my beginning self, to make you guys know that a lot has changed, and like I'm so happy with the growth, how I've grown, how I, everything. So, in the space of 1 year, just know that you've grown. You've either grown smarter or grown taller, whether you like it or not. Either have grown wiser or more mature. In one way or another, you grew. So don't beat yourself up about, like, in case, even if it doesn't look like you grew, just know that you grew, so that you can enter the 2026 with a clear mind and not a heavy heart. Next thing is to write down habits that you want to inculcate in the new year, and then write down the habits that you want to drop and how to go about it. So the habits that you want to stop, you have to, like, write down how to stop them. Maybe you swap them with a new habit or something something like that, and so on and so forth. Then write down habits that you want to inculcate, and then probably like include them into your routines and stuff like that. The last one here is to set boundaries. Now, this is something that I feel like a lot of people don't have, and I feel like a lot of people tolerate too much from people. Set boundaries, okay? Like, I'm not a perfect person, and I have like quarrels with my classmates one way or another. But I believe there are some certain people that can't mess with me, not because I am stronger than them, but because there's a certain level of like there are certain boundaries that I have put around myself. There's a certain line that you can't cross with me, okay? And like, I respect your boundaries, I respect my own boundaries, okay? I respect yours, you respect mine. Once somebody crosses a line that is not supposed to be crossed, I won't say anything, but my body language will speak a lot. Like, even people that are not sensitive to body language will know that, oh, something is up, something has changed, and you will back off. So that's just the kind of person I am. Like, you can't, like, my walls are so high, right? My boundaries are so high. Like, I play with you, I tolerate people a lot. But once you have crossed a certain line, my boundaries has 3 lines. The first line, I can forgive you. The second line, don't try it again. The third one, I go vex for you. So I have boundaries. So don't invade my privacy, okay? I know there are certain things that familiarity allows, but there are some certain lines you're not supposed to cross. No matter how familiar you're with a person, that's if you set the boundaries. So, just like that, I've given you guys a little bit of words of wisdom, and I hope you guys have a great 2026. And I hope that these few days that you have left in this year, I hope you spend them in joy, in laughter, and in celebration. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance.